Alright, I'm back on the grind, guys. As you know, if you've been watching my videos, recently I had posted a video of the physical abuse that was done to me, and thank God I survived it. But I want to go over the term informant, okay? Because I've done my research, and granted, I should have done the research before I got into the relationship, but I did a Colorado Bureau of Investigation on my ex, Kenneth Allen Sanchez, 5'4", of 1978. And what I found is very, very disturbing. He's got over 14 pages of a rap sheet, previously involved in the gang life, and I mean, honestly, you guys, I was floored. I was absolutely floored. I mean, we're talking about aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, second-degree assault, impersonating a peace officer, robbery, obstructing government operations, harassment via telephone, and I'm just flabbergasted because he has numerous domestic violence charges. And if you go back and you look at my video from the damage that he physically did to me, he's only being charged with a misdemeanor assault, when his rap sheet clearly indicates that he's had several felony assault charges. And I mean several, with an aggravated deadly weapon. Like, really? Who are you? So, I've really been doing some research, and so the term informant, okay, is a person who provides privileged information regarding a person, persons, or organization and reports it to law enforcement. Now, typically when they do something like this, they are granted immunity for their statements, for their information if it checks out to be true. They are not subject to various criminal charges, and I'm quite aggravated because that's what's going on here in my case. Out of the state of Colorado, I was a victim of his domestic violence, his abuse, manipulation, control. He even held me in his house for 4 days after he assaulted me, didn't let me leave, had his son stay home to make sure that I didn't go to the cops. I mean, and I went to jail many a times for not even hitting him, never even touched him. But he was the one who called the cops and said that I scratched him or I pushed him. So it ended up me being charged and going to jail because he made a report before I could. Because he knew, with his background of being in prison for 6 years, being a convicted felon, having all of this on his record, that if I had said something to the police, that he would have been going away for a very long time, okay? So he manipulated the system. He consistently filed false reports, and in the state of Colorado, they didn't care. They did not care that he was filing false reports. They did not care. They scraped me under the rug, so now I'm here having to advocate for myself because now I have a record, and I'm not an abusive person. I have a record, and it's preventing me from getting a job. I have my associates in psychology. I should be more advanced than what I have now, but no, I was dealt an injustice hand by the state of Colorado, preferably in the city of Greeley, because they want to protect their own Kenneth Sanchez, who is an informant, and he's gonna go off and he's gonna do it to another woman, and hopefully she gets herself out of the situation before she ends up dead, like I almost did, because he did it to his kid's wife. He can't even see his children because he has child abuse charges because he beat her to a pulp, just like he beat me to a pulp. So guys, I'm serious. If there's any injustice, if you're in a domestic violence relationship, you make your reports and you make them stand up for you and you advocate for yourself. And if you can't advocate for yourself, you contact me and I will advocate for you, because a victim of domestic violence should not be the one held accountable as being the abuser, because you're not. And there does come a point in time when you stand up for yourself. And I'm standing up for myself now, because I couldn't do it while I was confined and incarcerated in the city of Greeley, because they didn't take my word seriously. They only cared about what Kenneth was saying, the informant, okay? He's an ex-gang member. He ran from the gang. He didn't even get out of the gang in a proper manner. So he's running, and he's snitching on people left and right to save his own ass so that he doesn't have to go back to prison. Well, you know what? We're going to court the end of September, and his trial for assaulting me, which he's only being charged with a misdemeanor, he's gonna have to face me. He will face me, because you know what? He may have physically broke me, but he didn't emotionally or mentally break me. He only made me stronger. And I'm gonna stand up for my rights, because I do have a right. And what he's doing in the city of Greeley and the corruption in the state of Colorado is absolutely sickening. And I'm not going to continue to stand by and let other victims, such as myself, be raked under the coals and belittled and degraded and looked upon as they are the abuser, when their real abusers need to be held accountable for their actions. That's why they keep getting away with this, because nobody is holding them accountable. So someone needs to, and it's going to start with me. I'm not going to let this go on any longer, period. So you know what? Whoever you're with, do a background check on them. Do it, because I did it. I did it a little bit too late. And what I found out is beyond me. I'm disgusted that I even got involved with such a horrible person who made himself out to be like he was some god of some sort. Well, you know what? I feel bad who he's with now, because she has absolutely no clue. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe, you know, the usual. And I'll be back with my next video so that we can continue on our positive route of getting you in out of the domestic violence situation and raising awareness to those who desperately need it. I am here to advocate for anyone who wants me to tell their story. I'd be more than happy to. Like I said, comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.